die in this house if you don't leave her. Mark my words, she'll poison you someday. That was the sentence that started it all. It came from Tony, his own brother. And Connor believed him. Why wouldn't he? Blood is thicker than water, isn't it? Connor was a proud man. Too proud. He ran his home with an iron fist, thinking every decision he made was the right one. His wife, Ada, was everything he once prayed for, beautiful, hardworking, and respectful. But something had changed since Tony moved in. The love in their home had turned into chaos. Tony was Connor's younger brother, but he had always been sly, a smooth talker with a way of twisting truths. He claimed he was staying with Connor to sort himself out after a failed business, but it didn't take long for his real intentions to surface. Tony wanted Ada. At first, it was subtle, the way his eyes lingered on her when she served him food, how he complimented her cooking in a way that made her uncomfortable. Then it became bolder. He started accidentally brushing against her in the kitchen, whispering things like, "You deserve better than this life." Ada shut him down every time. "Please stop this, Tony. I'm your brother's wife." "I love my husband," she said one day, her voice firm. But Tony didn't stop. Instead, he decided if he couldn't have her, he'd ruin her. One evening, while Connor was resting after a long day at work, Tony slithered into the living room. He had a grave look on his face, the kind that could make anyone anxious. "Connor, there's something I need to tell you," he began, lowering his voice like he was about to share a terrible secret. "It's about Ada." Connor sat up. "What about her?" Tony hesitated for effect, then sighed dramatically. "I've been seeing things, strange things. She's been sneaking out at night. I don't want to accuse her, but..." Connor's face darkened. "But what?" "I think she's seeing someone else," Tony whispered. "I didn't want to tell you, but I can't watch her destroy your home." Connor's heart pounded. The room seemed to spin. His wife. His Ada. Cheating. It couldn't be true. But Tony kept feeding him more lies. And Connor, blinded by anger and pride, chose to believe his brother instead of confronting his wife. From that day, Connor became a different man. He stopped eating Ada's food, accusing her of trying to poison him. He shouted at her for the smallest things. Worst of all, he started hitting her. Ada couldn't understand what had changed. "Connor, what have I done? Why are you treating me like this?" she cried one night, her face swollen from his slap. "Don't play innocent with me," he roared. "I know what you've been up to. You think I'm a fool?" "No, Connor. Please, whatever you think I've done, it's not true." But Connor wouldn't listen. And Tony, always lurking in the shadows, pretended to be the caring brother, consoling Connor after every fight. "Women are dangerous," Tony would say. "You're doing the right thing." One night, Ada reached her limit. After another beating, she packed her things and went to her parents' house. Her mother was horrified when she saw the bruises. "This is not the Connor I know," Ada sobbed. "Something is wrong. I need to find out the truth." Her father, a wise man, advised her to stay calm but seek answers. "The truth always comes out," he said. Connor's life fell apart after Ada left. His house was empty, cold. He missed her, though his pride wouldn't let him admit it. Tony, however, seemed oddly happy, enjoying the space and freedom. One day, Connor came home early and overheard Tony on a call. "Yeah, bro, she didn't even give me a chance. Can you imagine? After all I did to get Connor to hate her, she still refused me. These women SEF." Connor froze. His hands trembled. He burst into the room, grabbed Tony by the collar, and shouted, "What did you just say?" Tony stammered, "Connor, I was just..." "You lied to me. About Ada." Tony's silence was all the confirmation Connor needed. Rage consumed him. He threw Tony out of the house that night. Connor went to Ada's parents' house the next morning. He knelt before her, tears streaming down his face. I'm sorry, he said, his voice breaking. I was wrong. I believed lies instead of trusting you. Please come back home. Ada looked at him for a long time. Then she said, Connor, I love you, but love without trust is nothing. I need time to heal.